Pathshala, wherein teaching Sutra, Stotra, and Shastra in English. Monday is precisely an English class, but today it's a very special class. And why? You all know it. Today is Gita Jayanti, a day where we celebrate the most valuable knowledge that God Himself has given to Arjun, not only for Arjun, in fact, for all of us, so that we don't get complicated in small and tiny bits here and there in our lives and distract ourselves from the main goal of our life. It's a beautiful Shastra, it's a beautiful Grantha. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Geetam, Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva, Eko Mantras Tasya Namani Yani Karma Pekam Tasya Devasya Seva. So, in the Mahatma, the importance of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it is said that Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Geetam. If there is only one Shastra that you have to read in your entire life, that Shastra has to be Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because this Shastra is given to you by God Himself. This is the song that Swayam Bhagwan Shri Krishna has sung for Arjun. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Geetam. That this is a song that Devaki Putra, Bhagwan Shri Krishna has sung. So this is the most valuable Shastra that we all have. Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva. And there is only one God that ultimately resides and controls the entire universe. And that only ultimate God is Devaki Putra. That means Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Eko mantrastasya namani yani. That means the only biggest and the most powerful mantra that one can chant in Kali Yuga is his holy name, Krishna. His holy name. That's what we do when we sing Vishnu Sahasranam. We chant on the holy name because in Kali Yuga, Bhagwan has given his entire power to his name. एकम शास्त्रम देवकी पुत्र गीतम एको देव देवकी पुत्र एव एको मंत्रस्तस्य नामानि यानि कर्माप्येकम तस्य देवस्य सेवा. And what is the ultimate karma that you all have to do is tasya devasya seva. That means serving that one almighty, that one devaki putra, that one Shri Krishna, that one Shri Radha Raman Lal. So this ultimately gives us the answers to all the questions. What is the most powerful Shastra? Srimad Bhagavad Gita, because it teaches you how to live and how to die. It teaches you that who is that ultimate goal. It's God, it's Shri Krishna. What is that ultimate mantra is the name of Shri Krishna. And what is the ultimate duty? To serve Shri Krishna. That is the ultimate thing that we all should be doing. So wishing all my children a very, very happy Gita Jayanti. But there was one task which was given to all of you. And I hope that you all have learned at least Saptashloki Gita. Quickly, we will sing the 7 shlokas of the Saptashloki Gita. And then we will quickly move towards Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Today is the day. Actually, we all should definitely be reading Gita. So it's a very special class. I don't know why we didn't put the message in all the other communities also of Sunday and Tuesday, because today is Gita Jayanti and ideally everybody should be in the class, but we didn't message to everybody. So only the Monday children have come. As Radha Raman Lal wants, it's all right. So quickly we'll sing the Saptashloki Gita. You all will raise hands and I'll be very proud. And let me tell you one thing. All those who will be singing the shlokas of Saptashloki Gita, they will be getting a special Nimai Pathshala voucher from me and Radha Raman Lal. So we will be writing your names and we'll be sending you at your home a very special thing that belongs to Nimai Pathshala. I have always told anything in Nimai Pathshala, it is absolutely free of cost. There is nothing you can buy. There is nothing you have to pay for. The Shastras are for free. The love is for free. The attachment is for free. Darshan is for free. Sutras are for free. Stotras are for free. The only money that you have to pay if you want to be a student of Nimai Pathshala is learn Shastras. If you want t-shirts, Nimai Pathshalas, Mala Joli, learn shlokas, you will get them. You can't buy them, you will earn them. And trust me, buying something will lose its importance after some time, because I bought it for 10 rupees, it's fine, it's very easy, very small amount. But when you earn something, I still have my medals that I won when I was running 100-meter roller skating race when I was like 5 6 years old. I still have them because I earned them. So they hold importance, right? So these seven shlokas, seven blessed people are going to get seven beautiful things from, not seven, one thing, seven people will get at their places. So I would request Diksha to write down their names, whosoever is reciting, and then we can just get their addresses and we'll send it to you. So the first shlok of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Sapta Shloki Gita, Maumita Nath.
माँ,
Where did you go? Yes, yes, Momita.
आपसे बात करने की मौका मिला, क्या बोलूं मैं?
Uh, I have already told you that what you have to speak. Shlok. That's my love language.
माँ, क्या बोलूं? मेरे से श्लोक भी नहीं बोल सकती मैं।
Are you from
आप
Kolkata?
आसाम से हूँ मैम।
Oh, very nice. Very nice. So try the
नेक्स्ट टाइम
shlok.
मैं बोलूंगी। आज मैं न्यू हूँ ना मैम, इसलिए।
Oh, the way you raised your hand, I thought you would know all the seven shloks, my bacha.
माँ,
Lots of love, don't worry. You learn the shloks and next time I'll give you the opportunity, beta. Okay? Lots of love. Please raise only those children. I know you all love me, and trust me, I love you more. Love you much more. So, only those who know the shloks will raise their hands. So, the first chance I'm going to give to somebody who's new, Vijay Lakshmi Telasangji.
राधे राधे मैया।
Radhe Radhe.
ओमेत्यैकाक्षरं ब्रह्म व्याहरन् मामनुस्मरान् यत्
Don't
सॉरी
get nervous. I can relate to it. You can repeat. You can try again.
ओमेत्यैकाक्षरं ब्रह्म व्याहरन् मामनुस्मरन् यः प्रयाति त्यजन् देहं स याति परमां गतिम्।
Very nice, Vijay Lakshmi ji. So can you
थैंक यू
please
मैया।
write your address in the chat box so that we
श्योर।
can note down your address. Many congratulations. Second shlok. Raise your hand. Okay, Parvi ji. Parvi ji. Sthane. Okay, Radha Ramaniya ji. Why are you not able to unmute? Okay. Hari Priya Ramanuj Dasi ji. Yes.
राधे श्याम मैया।
Radhe Radhe बच्चे. So you have to close your
ठाणे
eyes. You can't cheat in
ठाणे
the
ऋ-
class.
ठाणे ऋषिकेश तव
ठाणे
प्रकीर्त्या
ऋषिकेश तव
च तव प्रकीर्त्या जगत्
प्रहृष्य. So you have not learned it properly.
प्रहस्यत्यनुसध्य।
I caught you because you were about to read and you have to. I'm your mama, you know that? And I already have three very naughty children whom I monitor every day. So who has learned it by heart? Yes, Joyshri. No? Ch-
माँ, मेरे एग्जाम थे।
Chalo, okay. Okay, Prachi.
राधे श्याम मैया।
राधे राधे बच्चे.
सर्वत पाणिपादं तत्
नो, स्थाने ऋषि के।
सर्वथान माँ ये श्लोक ढंग से नहीं आता।
भाई सप्त श्लोक की गीता है तो तीसरा श्लोक पहले कैसे गा दोगे भाई?
हाँ। ताने ऋषिकेश तव प्रकीर्त्या जगत्
जगत्यनु।
जगत प्रविश्यत्यनुरज्यते च रक्षांसि भीतानि दिशो द्रवन्ति सर्वे नमस्यन्ति च सिद्धसङ्गा।
Good, but shall we give it to you? Okay, we will. Very good, Prachi. You tried it very well. And the charm was also right, but you were very nervous, so you were shivering, your voice was shivering. But very, very good. I'm proud of you. Prachi has won again. Now, Ichha. I'm already very underconfident. So, those who are dancing with their raised hand, I'm going to give them the opportunity to speak. Yes.
थैंक यू वेरी मच माँ, राधे राधे।
Radhe Radhe बच्चे.
ओके। सर्वतः पाणिपादं तत् सर्वतः श्रीशिरोमुखं सर्वतः
सर्वतोक्षी. सर्वतक्ष.
सर्व
Hmm.
सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखं सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति।
Very good, beta. Ichha. Very nice. Next shlok.
लव यू।
Yes, Swati.
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मैया राधे श्याम।
Radhe Radhe beta.
आज मेरा बर्थडे था और आज मैं ठाकुर जी से सुबह से कह रही हूँ आज मेरे को माँ से
वाव,
क्लास में बात करवा
जन्मदिन
देना।
मिदम ऐ प्रिय सखे शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदं प्रार्थयामहे भवशतायुषी ईश्वर सदा त्वां च रक्षतु पुण्यकर्मणा कीर्तिमर्जय जीवनं तव भवतु सार्थकम्. And you're already making your life sarthak by doing prachar and learning and becoming such a pride for Radha Raman Lal. Lots of love and lots of prayers for you, bache.
अब
I'm
श्लोक
proud of you. Yes.
कविं पुराणम् अनुशासितारं मनोरणीया समनौ स्मरेथ्य सर्वस्य धातारमचिन्त्य रूपम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात्।
Superb. Very,
थैंक यू
very,
मैम,
very,
आज
very
मेरा
nice.
दिन बनाने के लिए बहुत बहुत थैंक यू।
So good, beta. Next shlok. Deepa Rathi ji.
थैंक यू माँ।
Um, God bless
थैंक
you,
यू माँ,
beta.
राधे
God
राधे।
bless you.
ऊर्ध्वमूलमदशाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययं छन्दन्ति यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित्।
Very nice. Did you learn it or are you looking at it? Can you close your eyes?
नो माँ, लर्न।
Learn pakka.
यस माँ,
Okay,
यस।
close your eyes and sing once again.
ओके माँ। ऊर्ध्वमूलमदशाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययं छन्दन्ति यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित्।
Very good, Deepa. Even though you are a very old student, but I knew that I have to make you sing once again because I had a doubt. Next shlok, very good, Deepa Rathi ji. Congratulations. Next, second last shlok of Sapta Shloki
थैंक यू
Gita.
माँ।
Who is going to sing fast? Okay, Tania. Yes. Yes, bache. Quickly. Okay, Shankar. Shankar has sent me a beautiful video of singing all the shlokas. Very good. Yes, Shankar.
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मतः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानपोहनं च वेदश्च सर्वा वेदश्च
Vedaishcha sarve.
अहमेव वेद्योर्वेदान्तकृद्वेद एव
The
चाहम्
दोबारा से करेंगे. सर्वस्य
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मतः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानपोहनं च वेद
वेदै
वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो
वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो
वेदान्तकृद्वेदविद् एव चाहम्
वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो अहमेव नहीं. Can I have a poll? It was a difficult श्लोक, I know. सर्वस्य चाहम हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदांत कृद्वेदविदेव चाहम. Okay, Shankar, you are on hold, so we'll decide. So the last shlok. Okay, Niyati ji, can you repeat it? Sarvasya chaham. Shankar, I'll give you. Don't worry. Don't get sad. Okay, I'll send it for you. Yes, Niyati. Quickly. Mm, 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 mm. Raise your hand. Who else has learned Sarvasya chaham? Hey, Radharaman Lal. Radharamaniya ji, have you learnt it? Okay. Okay, Veera Singh ji.
राधेश्याम मैया
Radhisham bache, can you sing the shlok, beta?
मैया आई एम न्यू इन क्लास आई एम लर्निंग श्लोकास
Okay. God bless you. Learn. Very good.
थैंक यू मैया लव यू सो मच
Love you too. Okay, so I'll take the gift for Sarvasya Chaham myself. Sarvasya Chaham. Okay, Naman. It is important to learn, children. Why aren't you learning?
Maya, I am new in class.
So why are you raising hand when I'm asking to recite the shlok?
मैं आपसे बात करना चाहता था.
Oh, so sweet. But I'll talk to you later, beta, not in the class. Okay, bachcho? Who has learned the shlok? Tanya Sharma? Chandrasekhar?
जय गौर मैया.
Jay Golala?
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत स्मृति ज्ञानपमोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमैव वेद्यो वेदांत च सदैव तव वेद विदुच्चाहम्. लास्ट में थोड़ा गड़बड़ हो गया है.
And you're
सॉरी.
looking at the shlok and you're reciting. You've not
मैं
by
आई एम लुकिंग एट द मिरर मैया.
mirror.
कैमरा सॉरी. कैमरा.
Close your eyes. Recite once again.
सर
Sarvasya.
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो.
So nobody has learned properly, हाँ? पिटाई होनी है सबकी अब. सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वे रहमेव वेद्यो वेदांत कृद्वेद विदेव चाहम. लास्ट श्लोक ऑफ श्रीमद् भगवद गीता, सप्त श्लोकी गीता. ओके, रोहिणी जी. यस बच्चे.
मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामे वैश्यसि युक्तेन आत्मानं मत्परायणः.
The second line got messed up. Can you recite once again? मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु
नमस्कुरु मामे वैश्यसि
युक्त्वैनं
त्वैनं मात्मानं
आत्मानं.
मत्परायणः. Sorry, ma.
Very nice. At least you've learned. I love you. Thank you for
I
learning,
love you,
taking
ma.
the effort of learning at least. Very good, beta. So I will sing it for you. मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामे वैश्यसि युक्त्वैनम् आत्मानं मत्परायणः। श्री राधा रमण लाल की जय। I'm congratulating all of you on the pious occasion of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Quickly, we will go ahead with Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 14, shlok number 16. It is going to reflect on your screens. Please look at the shlok very carefully. It's a very beautiful shlok. कर्मणः सुकृतस्याहु सात्विकं निर्मलं फलं रजसस्तु फलं दुःखम् अज्ञानं तमसः फलम्। सुकृतस्य कर्मणः, श्रेष्ठ कर्म का तो सात्विकम, सात्विक अर्थात सुख ज्ञान वैराग्य आदि निर्मल फल होता है, किंतु राजस कर्म का फल दुख और तामस का अज्ञान है। दैट मीन्स वेरी क्लियरली what you sow, so shall you reap. What kind of karmas you are doing, the result is going to be according to what you are doing. Please stop blaming God. I always tell all my children, please stop fighting with Radharaman, stop blaming him, stop fighting with him that why you're doing this to me. Because what is happening in your life today is not because of what he is doing with you, it is because what you have done in your previous times. What you do today is your destiny tomorrow. But yes, you can change your destiny tomorrow by doing good deeds today. If you are doing something good today, that is also going to add that punyas to your life. But what we do wrong karmas, and then wrong karmas bring wrong results. They get hardships in our lives. Then we start to fight with God that how did you do this with me? But that's not fair. You do the wrong and then blame it on God. That's not fair. So that is what Bhagwan is telling, that what the kind of karma that do you do in your life, this is going to bring you the same kind of result. So if you are doing good karmas, if you are doing sattvic karma, if you are helping, if you are doing anushthan, if you are doing mala, if you are doing japa, if you are doing all of this for getting punyas in your life, as a result of that you will get comfort, you will get money, you will get happiness. But those people who are doing Rajasic karmas, who are performing their duties only for the people around them, they will get sadness. Because Rajasic karmas lead to attachment. And when the attachment becomes so strong, then you start expecting from the person. And when you start to expect, then that person is unable to fulfill your expectation. That brings you aggression. And when that aggression comes, you become very sad in your life. That why did I invest my such valuable time on person like this who doesn't even deserve this? Why? And then you say, Radharaman Lal, why you bring him in my life? Oh my God, right? You decide, you do all the things, and when things don't work out, and when you are doing things to impress somebody, at that time it is all about your efforts. You are doing this, you are compromising, you are making an effort, it's all about you. But when something goes wrong, hey Radha Raman Lal, why did you do this to me? And you start blaming him. Not fair. That's not right. Why are you blaming somebody who has got nothing to do with what you do? Your choices lead to your karmas, and your karmas lead to your results. Bhagwan said a person who is tamsic, who believes in doing everything wrong in his life, that person becomes ajnani. Somebody who has no knowledge. And what happens to that person who has no knowledge? At the time of his death, a person who has no knowledge takes rebirth in those species, yonis, which has no knowledge. Species who have no scope of understanding the goal of their life. Because it is very important to understand one thing, my children. Understand this very carefully. If it's a very important thing for you to understand, if you are leading a very, you can say a very positive life, a very sattvic life, but because of your wrong association at the last moment, at the time of your death, you are thinking about people. You become asakta. You start getting the trait of a Rajasic person. What happens to you? You have done a lot of good in your life. Entire life you have been very good, but at the last moment, because of some association or maybe lack of bhajan in your life, you have got associated with somebody and now you're asakt. So when you die, Bhagwan has already told in Bhagavad Gita, Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva klevam, that whatever you are thinking at your last moment, that will decide your journey ahead. So if you've been good your entire life, but at the last moment you're thinking about people, trust me, you have to take rebirth. Ouch. But if you take rebirth having that kind of lifestyle, that rebirth will be in the form of another human which will have a very comfortable life. Like a rich person, somebody who is born in a family of Vaishnav, somebody who has no problems. Have you seen some people who are born to the parents of Vaishnavs, whose parents are Vaishnavs? You say, wow, yeah, you all are so blessed. You are doing bhakti every day, day and night. You are practicing everything which I dream. But also, if there is somebody who has been Rajsik his entire life, right? But at the last moment, he thinks about the Lord because of again some good association. What will happen to that person? Can anybody guess? That person will get Krishna. How unfair it looks! It's all about the last moment. But trust me, a person who has not remembered Krishna his entire life, it's very, very, very hard for that person to remember it at his last moment. So that is what Bhagavan is trying to explain in the second shlok. यदा सत्त्वे प्रवृद्धे तु प्रलयं याति देहभृत् तदोत्तं विदां लोकान् अमलान् प्रतिपद्यते. So in this shlok, what is Bhagwan saying? जिस समय सत्व गुण बड़ा हो, उस समय यदि मनुष्य मर जाता है तो उत्तम निर्मल लोकों को धारण करता है. That means if you are dying and at the time of your death you have been a sattvic person your entire life, and at your last moment also you are sattvic, that means you are able to remember Krishna, then what happens to that person? That person is eligible to reach to the elevated lokas of Krishna. Elevated lokas like Indralok, Brahmalok. You get the access. Like at the airports, if you go, there is a special door of Digi Yatra, right? So if you have Digi Yatra, if you have the access to Digi Yatra in your phone, you can directly go inside without any hurdle. And others have to stand in the queues and get their tickets checked and their security checked. But a person who has Digi Yatra goes straight away. Same. Bhagwan say a person who has done good things in his life, he has direct access to my Indralok and Brahmaloka, elevated lokas. The next shlok says, Rajasi pralayam gatva कर्म संगीषु जायते तथा प्रलीनस्तमसि मूढ़ योनिषु जायते. I don't know why you are not able to see the shlok on your screens. Where is Diksha? रजसी प्रलयम गत्वा कर्म संगीषु जायते तथा प्रलीनस्तमसि मूढ़ योनिषु जायते. दैट मीन्स रजोगुण के बढ़ने पर मरने वाला प्राणी कर्म संगी मनुष्य योनि में जन्म लेता है. दैट मीन्स अ पर्सन हु हैज लेड हिज लाइफ इन अ राजसिक वे. Everything for people, always meditating on people. This is my person, this is my enemy, this is mine, this is belongs to me, I am his, he is mine. The people who always meditate and do things with this kind of psychology in their lives, in the next birth they become the same humans whom they have been meditating upon. And a person who has been tamasic, that person takes rebirth in mood yoni. Mood yoni means these species like birds, mosquitoes, mouses, all these kinds of yonis where there is no scope of intelligence. They become agyani. A person who has no knowledge, it is very difficult for him to ultimately reform his, karmas and reach to this where we are today. It's like you've already reached the 80th floor, and somehow what happened? A snake bit you, and you came down to second floor. There's snake and ladder you must have played in your childhood times. You all are still children. I mean my childhood times. So you reach 99 and an Ajgar comes. This Ajgar is karma. Be very careful. जिसने जीवन भर अच्छे कर्म किए हैं, जिसके अच्छे भाव रहे हैं, और यदि अंत काल में रजोगुण के बढ़ने पर मर जाता है, that means a person who has led his life sattvikally, but at the time of his death becomes rajasic because of some reasons, he has to take a rebirth in the form of a human, but in a good family, wherein he doesn't have to struggle a lot. But इसी प्रकार अच्छे कर्म करने वाला यदि अंत काल में तमोगुण के बढ़ने पर मर जाता है, तो a person who has led his life in a very good way, but at the last moment if he becomes tamasic, start to think ill about people, wants to do bad to people, what happens? Doesn't matter, you have done great in your entire life. But if at your final moment you are thinking bad about people, you are thinking ill about people, you have to take rebirth in mood yonia, pashu yoni, all those yonis, which becomes very difficult. Next shlok. Karmanah. Sorry. Next shlok. Where was I? So have I really done something wrong? Yes, I have. I have. So what I've done is, yes, no, I have not skipped. After 16th, I have recited the 14th and 15th shlok. It's okay. I don't know what is Diksha doing. Chilling in the bus, I think. Sorry. So she's on the way back from Amritsar. We were together yesterday for the yagya. Maybe there's some signal issue. Sorry about that. But quickly, the 17th shlok says, सत्वात् संजायते ज्ञानं रजसो लोभ एव च प्रमादमोहौ तमसो भवतो ज्ञानमेव च. And Diksha is back. सत्वात् ज्ञानम संजायते. सत्व गुण से ज्ञान उत्पन्न होता है, और रजसह, रजोगुण से निस्संदेह लोभ, तथा तमसह, तमोगुण से प्रमाद और मोह उत्पन्न होता है और अज्ञान भी होता है. So that's what I have already explained you, that if there is a lot of sattva gun in your life, that means you are doing good things in your life. What will be the result of those good things? You will have knowledge. You would know the password of the doors in your life that will result you to elevated levels. A person who wants to go from first floor to second floor, he needs to have the key of the second floor. So when you are doing good things in your life, you get the keys. That makes you powerful. That gives you the wisdom to walk on the right path. That gives you the way which will lead to your next level. But if somebody is Rajoguni, always attached and attracted to people, that person will always have lobh. Lobh means lalach, that unsatisfaction. He will always be greedy. Why? Because all the time he would be thinking about what is mine and what else can be mine. He will never be satisfied. He'll always be greedy. That I want this, I want that. He has everything, but still he is not satisfied and wants more and more, and not appreciating what he has in his life. That is the biggest blunder that we make in our lives, children. The biggest blunder that we make in our lives is we really don't value what we have in our lives, and always crying for what? For those things that are not, that don't belong to us, or maybe that is there with other people. we have 100 good things, but there will be one bad thing that will dominate on those 100 things and make us cry all the time. But what is the difference between that Sansari Vyakti and a Vaishnav? That Sansari Vyakti, a person who's materialistic, will always have that one reason of crying over 100 good things that he has in his life. But a Bhakt will have 100 wrong things in his life, but would always have that one Radha Raman Lal as the reason to do everything right in his life. He will always be motivated and happy because he knows that I belong to him and all this is temporary. Nothing is going to matter. What is going to matter that who am I and what will I be at my last breath? And that person will always be motivated to do the right thing. So that is what Bhagwan is saying. Stop crying and cribbing over what you don't have, because what I have given to be yours, nobody can take it away from you. जो मेरा है वो मुझसे कोई ले नहीं सकता, और जो मेरा नहीं है तुम कितना पिट लो कोई तुम्हें दे नहीं सकता. Just accept it. Stop crying over why she has this. Okay, let me tell you. My entire life, okay, it's a confession. Don't judge me on that, but you're my children, so I have to tell you. So everything is not perfect. If you see today, I am glorifying Radha Raman Lal and so happy with my life, doesn't mean that I don't have my set of problems. I also have crazy amount of challenges that in everyday life we come across. But in the end that the power to come across those problems and solve them and go ahead with glory is not yours, it is Radha Raman's power. So when I was small, like in my school days, I was very ashamed of my hair because my entire class used to call me Maggie Noodles. So I used to tell my mother all the time that why you have given me this Madhumakhi ka jhanta, that this Madhumakhi ka chatta, why you have given me this? And my mother used to say, you look different. This is the best you can. I used to always look at other girls here. Oh my God, silky long hair. And no matter how long hair you have, still your hair all look always short. I used to be very angry. So I used to always try to straight my hair with comb because of course I was small. I was not allowed to do any kind of random things with my hair. So I used to be very ashamed. But then eventually when I grew up, so I started realizing that amongst 100 people standing around me, I used to shine bright. Why? Because I had curly hair. So people used to say me, I love your hair. I want hair like you. Then that day I started realizing, oh my God, the things that I felt were my weaknesses are actually my strengths. It is only me who thought that they don't look good, but actually this is the best. And the moment I realized it, I was so proud of it. And then when I got to know Radha Raman Lal and Shriji also have curly hair, and I used to feel all the way more proud that I belong to them. So I have their qualities and I have hair like them, and I just a very immature thought that I used to have when I was a child. So that happens with everybody. You are always attracted towards other people thinking that they look better, the things that they have. Fat people think that slim people are better. Slim people think that being a little chubby and cute is a good thing. It gives you glow. Everybody is sad. Slims are sad, fat are sad, fair are sad, dark are sad, long hair are sad, short hair are sad, curly hair are sad, were sad, straight hair are sad, curly ones straight, straight one curly, long ones short, short ones long. Everybody is sad. Why? Because they're not appreciating what they have and they always think that grass is greener on the other side, which is not true. The grass is much darker on the other side, trust me. For you, this is the best grass and you have to walk on this grass proudly. Be proud of who you are. You're beautiful. There is nobody like you. You're amazing just the way you are. I'm not singing the song. But girl and boys, you are amazing just the way you are. Trust me. You're the most beautiful creation. So I don't come from Himalayas. In my college days, even I have heard to normal people like you all have been doing. You must be thinking that probably Ma and Maharaji are very outdated and they don't know anything but what's the Z thing happening these days. But we are very much updated children. So, you know what happened? Children start to think that they are bigger than the parents. They forget that they haven't come from the parent, but they start thinking that the parents have come from them. But that's not true. Parents know everything, but they choose to behave like they don't know because they know that you people, because they want to make you feel happy. Because when you think that you're over smart, that makes you feel happy, right? That I'm smarter than my mom. How many of you feel the same? That I'm smarter than my mom. But you're not smarter. But they only give you the opportunity that you feel smarter. They are more experienced, they are more knowledgeable, they have more, hold on life than you all. So don't become over smart. So the next look, I don't know why I slipped from there, but Bhagwan says a person who's leading a sattvic life will be knowledgeable. A person who's leading a rajasic life will be always sad because always connecting with people and people are disappointing them. And tamoguni person, that person will always, what will be the trait of that person? He will always be lazy and always aggressive, fighting. Some people we say ना गुस्सा तो नाक पे ही रहता है. Those people whose gussa is on their naak are actually those people who at their final times they will become aggressive because of the situations around and have to take birth as mood people in their next lives. Next look. ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्था मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसः जघन्य गुणवृत्तिस्था अधो गच्छन्ति तामसः. ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्था मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसः जघन्य वृत्तिस्था अधो गच्छन्ति तामसः. सो व्हाट इज भगवान सिंह? सत्व गुण में स्थित पुरुष स्वर्ग आदि लोकों को जाते हैं, राजसिक पुरुष फिर से मनुष्य लोक में आते हैं, और तमोगुणी जो होते हैं निद्रा प्रमाद और आलस्य में जो स्थित रहते हैं अधोगतियों को प्राप्त होते हैं. दैट आई हैव ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन्ड यू. पीपल हु आर सात्विक विल गेट इंद्र लोक ब्रह्म लोक. पीपल हु आर राजसिक दे हैव टू टेक रीबर्थ एज ह्यूमंस, एंड पीपल हु आर तामसिक हैव टू टेक रीबर्थ इन very difficult species. Next श्लोक. नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारं यदा दृष्टानुपश्यति गुणेभ्यश्च परं वेत्ति मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति. नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारं यदा दृष्टान उपश्यति गुणेभ्यश्च परम वेत्ति मद्भावम सोऽधिगच्छति. यदा दृष्टा गुणेभ्य, जिस समय दृष्टा मीन्स द पर्सन तीनों गुणों के अतिरिक्त अन्य किसी को करता नहीं देखता और तीनों गुणों से अत्यंत परे सच्चिदानंद घन स्वरूप मुझ परमात्मा को तत्व से जानता है, वह मेरे स्वरूप को प्राप्त होता है. सो अ पर्सन who clearly knows about sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, a person who knows these are the three qualities that the nature has to offer, a person who knows what is sattvic and what is going to happen to the person who is leading a sattvic life, what is rajasic and what will happen to the person who will lead a rajasic, and similarly a tamasic person and the result of a tamasic person. And at the same time, a person who knows that there is one quality above the three qualities of the nature, which is gunatit quality of Par Brahma Paramatma, which is the supreme power. So here, what is the ultimate knowledge? That you know that there will be three things we can do in this world. Either sattvic, either rajasic or tamasic, because this is what this world has to offer to us. But a person who is not being the doer, these are the three qualities you have to offer, but the doer is not me, the doer is Shri Radharaman Lal. So when you are doing everything in this world for Radharaman Lal, the quality of Prakriti becomes submissive and your quality of serving Shri Radha Raman Lal through this nature becomes prime. And then whatever you do for Radha Raman Lal, being the volunteer of Radha Raman Lal will ultimately give you nothing else but Shri Radha Raman Lal. So whatever you do in this world, think about Radharaman and do it. Radharaman, this is for you. Is this something that you will like if I offer you? You have to ask yourself. Don't do everything and anything and offer it to Radharaman. That is not right. You have to monitor. If you have a child, you will always taste something that you have to give your child first and then give it to your child. That is this okay for your child to eat? Is it not too spicy? It is not too hot? The same way you have to understand and think that whatever you're going to offer to Radha Raman Lal, is it even offerable? Will he feel happy about it? You are abusing people in your life and then you are saying, Radha Raman Lal, I'm giving everything, all of this to you. Do you think this is right? Always understand. The last stroke of Bhagavad Gita class today. गुणानेतानतीत्यत्रीन् देहि देह समुद्भवान् जन्म मृत्यु जरा दुःखैर्विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते देहि देह समुद्भवान, पुरुष शरीर की उत्पत्ति के कारण रूप इन तीनों गुणों को उल्लंघन करके जन्म मृत्यु जरा दुखेर, जन्म मृत्यु वृद्धावस्था और सब प्रकार के दुखों से मुक्त हुआ परमानंद को प्राप्त होता है. So it is not this body who is doing everything. It is the soul which is residing inside this body who is constantly working for his boss. And the boss is Shri Radha Raman Lal. So the clerk has to work according to the things that the boss has told the employee to do. So whatever we are doing it for Radharaman. We are speaking for him. We are doing work for him. Here we are in a family for him. Everything that we do is for Radharaman Lal. And Bhagwan says, if a person doesn't consider this body to be the doer and considers the soul, which is a part of Shri Radharaman himself, the ultimate doer, Radha Raman Lal is watching, Radha Raman Lal is accepting, Radha Raman Lal is monitoring, Radha Raman Lal is my power, Radha Raman Lal is my energy, Radha Raman Lal is my motivation, is my reason. If you are believing in this, then you will never be sad. Then you will never be scared that one day I'll die. People who think this body is everything, they'll die. That what will happen to me once I'll die? My body will be gone. But those who know, I'm not this body, I'm the soul that is in this body for some time, and then according to the karmas that I do in this body, I will get my next birth. Right? So it is very intelligent of you to understand this, and a person who understands this very well, that person will not be scared of the birth, will not be scared of the death, do not be scared of the old age, and not will be scared of any kind of sorrows that come in his life. On this note, we will end Srimad Bhagavad Gita class today. Quickly, I'll talk about a sutra. It is very important for you to understand Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamsikta of this world. If you are investing at the wrong place with the wrong emotions, you will never be able to get the right results. Please, what you are today, what situations you are facing today, whatever your state of mind is today, it is all because of you. You have chosen to be that victim for yourself. There's nobody else. Nobody has the courage to play with your mind, to play with your heart. You give them the authority. And then when they play, you become sad. But we are so funny that we know the world plays. Still we, without any hesitation, again give our heart for them to play again. Then that the world is not stupid. It's us. who somewhere down the line knows everything but still doesn't want to know. It's, you know how it is like? It's like a cat like, it's like a mouse who has seen a cat running towards him, and the mouse closes his eyes and thinks that, oh, I can't see the cat, so the cat cannot see me. And after some time, the cat comes and eats him. It's not that. If you choose to close your eyes and think that this world is not as this world is, the world is going to eat you up one day, my children. Understand it. Play the game intelligently. Don't quit. We are not losers. We are not Klebbiya Masmagamah Partha. We are great players. Radharaman Lal, we are playing from your side, from your team. The opponents are huge in number. Don't worry. We'll play well. We'll play intelligently. Very important. So, what happened? Quickly coming down to the sutra part of the class. So, once there was a king. He had a kingdom, but he had a very weird psychology about one thing. There was a land in a very secluded place, so that king used to offer people that I will make you the king of that particular kingdom for a year. Like, I'm the king of one kingdom, but I propose to other people that you can be the king of my kingdom for a year. But what will happen after that? After that, you have to go to that secluded island which is there far off, and you have to stay there till the last breath of your life. You cannot come back. And at that island, there is no water, there is no food, there are only animals and nothing else. So, a lot of people came, they became the king of that kingdom for 1 year, relished their lives, ate so much, led the most luxurious life. And then after 1 year, that king used to throw them on that secluded island. So there was once a person, a very intelligent person came, and the king offered him the same thing. So when the king offered him, he said, all right, I will accept your proposal. I would love to be the king of this kingdom for a year. That king gave him the crown and left for 1 year, and now he was the current king of that kingdom. After 1 year, when the king came back, he said, now is the time that you have to go to that secluded island and die till the last breath of your life. That king, who was the new king, he was very, very happy. And this king was surprised because he was the first one who, after his 1 year of being the king of that luxurious kingdom, leaving for that secluded island, was so happy. Because everybody used to be very, very fearful and used to be crying because now they know they have to die after some time, because they'll be thrown on that island and they would get nothing. But he was very, very happy. He left, and after some days, so the king asked his soldiers, has that old king died? That person who has gone to that secluded island? The soldiers said, no, king, he is living amazingly. He said, what do you mean? He said, you know what he did? He was very intelligent. When he was king of this island, this kingdom, he did not waste even a single day. He was not busy relishing the money and relishing everything. What he did, he made all the arrangements so that this secluded island on which he has to be thrown after a year, he has transformed that entire island into a resort. A full-fledged 7-star luxuried resort. There are food, there are plants, there are fruits, there is water, there is everything. And now he will live happily ever after on that island. Because it was a deed that till the time that king is not dead, the other king was not appointed to go to that island. He was officially the king of that secluded island till the time he would not die. So now he transformed the entire island, and now he was the king of that brand new island for the rest of his life. This happens to those who don't become crazy seeing immediate happinesses and immediate sadnesses. It is very important for us to become stable. Plan. It's not, you shouldn't just always react in the nick of a time. Okay, who am I? What I want to be in the future. Think about it. Plan your journey, children. Please don't become that stray animal who doesn't know where to go and what to do and what to eat and what is the ultimate goal of his life. You are humans. You have a brain for a reason. This brain is not to meditate upon wrong people and overthink and become depressed. This brain is to plan your life in the right direction. I want to become a Radha Ramaniya. I want to achieve this in my life. And how can I achieve that in my life? You plan for it. You plan what you want to be after 1 year of your life. Start working on it today. You see yourself somewhere tomorrow? Don't wait for that tomorrow to come. Start today, right now, right here. I plan, I want to become a good devotee. This is how I will. Don't keep planning, oh, I'll do this, I'll do that. I know so many people who make so many plans in their head, but when it comes to practically doing it, they are so much done and stressed in their head because they made so much plan that their body is already tired without even trying for anything. I will do this, I will do that, and now, I don't think I can do anything. I'm too stressed. Don't overthink. Plan your journey in a beautiful way and then start walking one after the other, one step after the other. Don't over imagine, but realistically, where you see yourself tomorrow, start working for it today. Then only you're gonna be happy in that situation tomorrow. That is the ultimate learning that you all should always remember. Tomorrow never comes. If you see somewhere yourself tomorrow, today is the day when you start to achieve that goal of your life. Then only you'll be able to reach where you want to reach. On this note, we will end today's class. Lots of blessings to all of you. Happy Gita Jayanti, and please always take the shell. There are two things that always are there with me. I was once telling my children, people have what's in my bag. Have you seen those some videos that what's it? I don't know if now they do it. When we were small, that time it was very common that you go to some place and say, we want to know what is in your bag. So I was like, it is very important to know what should be there in a Vaishnav's bag. So I think one thing that every Vaishnav, irrespective you study or you don't study, one thing which should always be with you is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. No matter my bag is small, my bag is big, no matter where I'm going, I have class or I don't have class, one scripture always stays with me, and that's Bhagavad Gita. It is very, very, it's such a powerful Shastra, because this is Swayam Bhagwan. You have to always remember that. So please take guidance, take shelter of this Shastra and learn, study, and I will see you all next Monday. And we are coming to Kolkata again, but we are not telling the details because it's a private program, but I might see some of you there. Secondly, 14th of December, Nimai Pachala is coming to Lucknow for the very, very first time. We are very excited. And post that, we will be coming to Indore on the 4th of January. And 18th of January, it's not final, but tentatively, we are having a big session in Delhi. So all those who are around can be there. The Delhi session is going to be a blaster session because we are hoping, and because every time we book a very big place, it always becomes small because you all Radha Ramaniyas are aware and alert now. So they want to come. So we are trying to book a stadium wherein we can accommodate everybody in a comfortable way. So let's see. You also pray that we get the stadium soon and we can disclose and we can finalize this 18th event. But we are trying to look for something. And if anybody has any destination in Delhi, over 3,000 people accommodate kar sakta hai jo. So please let us know. On this note, we'll end today's class. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री राधा रमन लाल की जय।